Episode 5 Threats and Environmental Impacts.
Before we begin, let's recap what we've learnt from the previous episode. We learnt that spurs are only retained in the male platypus and can grow up to 1.5 centimeters in length. Envenomation can cause intense pain, swelling, nausea, and gastric pain. Venom is not powerful enough to kill humans and has shown the potential to treat type 2 diabetes. In the final episode, we will touch on the platypus's conservation status, the threats, cover the impacts of climate change, discuss some of the key human activities, and also talk about the top suggested solutions to some of these common threats. As mentioned previously, the platypus population is near threatened. It is protected by legislation across Australia, and the natural population in South Australia has been lost. The platypus can now be found in several wildlife sanctuaries, such as Tran Zoo and Sydney Aquarium. Quick quiz, true or false? 74% of platypus death is linked to human activities. That's true. As you can see, there are many threats that impact the platypus. These include reduced water quality, loss of habitat, river regulation, stream bank erosion, introduced and invasive species, and climate change. Climate change is a big threat. Scientists have predicted that by 2070, temperatures will rise and rainfall will decrease. Two models have been developed to predict the effects of climate change. First is under a low emissions scenario, which predicts that temperatures will increase by 1 to 2.5 degrees Celsius, resulting in a 7.5% decrease in rainfall, while under a high emission scenario, temperatures will rise by 2.2 to 5 degrees Celsius and result in a 10% decrease in rainfall. With warmer temperature and lower rainfall, it is expected that 30% of current habitat will be unsuitable for the platypus. With rising temperatures, some of the consequences include reduced water quality, promotion of toxic algal blooms, reduced food sources, increased predation risk due to more disconnected pool habitat, and also negative impacts on the platypus due to its lacking ability to pant or effectively thermoregulate since its body is covered in thick fur. There are a number of key impacts associated with human activities. First are dam and river regulations. These man-made structures increase water level upstream and reduce the platypus's optimal foraging depth, which is between 5 to 10 meters, while downstream, trapping water can also facilitate droughts. Stormwater drainages and releases near platypus habitat can also alter hydrological regimes, reduce water quality and food sources. As a result, we rarely find platypuses within 15 kilometers of urban cities. Organic pollution is also another issue, which is due to the bioaccumulation of DDT and PCB, which are due to agricultural and industrial activities, which can cause immunosuppression. Fishing activities can also be attributed to platypus drowning, which arise due to the use of nets, such as the pike nets, as shown on the right. Three solutions which have been proposed to combat platypus threats include habitat manipulation or restoration to maintain suitable microhabitats as temperature rises with climate change, planting riparian vegetation to lower stream temperature, create shade and stabilize banks, and finally using environmental flows to facilitate platypus dispersal, food sources, and reduce the risk of droughts. To summarize what we've learned from this episode, there are multiple threats caused by humans that impact the platypus. Modelling has shown that climate change will increase temperatures and reduce rainfall, and habitat restoration and environmental flows are thought to be positive solutions to combat many threats on the platypus. Want to test your knowledge? Go to our blog now and complete exercise 5 for this episode.